Okay.
Here we are, Projectile
We're
Dysfunction,
back.
Season 2. My name is Evan.
Dan.
First time just you and me recording. Obviously, the whole of the last season we had to stop halfway through to do,
Skype.
which was fun. Had a few issues.
Yeah, it was. I feel quite nervous doing it now in person because we did it on Skype for so long.
Yeah, the Skype. The thing is, at first we were like this with Skype, and then you just get used to it, don't you?
Yeah, I actually think I quite like doing it on Skype.
Apart from
Put
that
the
one,
pressure off.
the
Now
one
pressure's back
episode
on.
which like we uploaded it.
Fucking hell.
We-
That was the one episode you were.
You
in
had like a
charge.
bar mitzvah over the weekend.
Had
That's
a-
cancelled like 3
A
or 4
bar
times.
mitzvah.
Did you not? You had something weird on with your dad or something. You had to cancel over the weekend.
So. First of all, we were in lockdown, so I definitely didn't have a bar
Hmm.
mitzvah.
Because I remember you breaking lockdown a few times.
Oh, fuck off.
I just remember a few stories
Fuck
about
off.
like seeing you at illegal squat raves and
So
stuff.
what do you mean I had to?
You went to that illegal squat ravens in
Yeah,
Liverpool,
that was
didn't
actually
you?
classic. Yeah, couple pingers.
Couple fingers in the boys.
So what? Why are you trying to blame me for that shit episode?
I'm not blaming you. So basically, context is that we did this episode. We used to record it on Skype, and we did this episode and we uploaded it, and like we left it, and then like we got messages.
I've got to mention, this is the only episode Evan has ever been in charge of uploading. I was like, I'll let him upload this one because give him a little job to do.
Yeah, here we go. And then basically we got a few messages in the group chat like, "Oh guys, I feel like maybe you should delete this," because we looked at the
Yeah.
recording. It was like the opening sentence like, "Ha, hey, and we left that for like half a day. But then in the afternoon we were like, we need to.
You were like, just keep it up. You were like, let's just keep up. I was like, no, we need to delete this.
oh,
Because if I like listen to my favorite podcast and a new episode was like,
and the sound
I'd be like,
quality.
I'm never listening to that again.
Yeah.
And then we
We did a Q&A in the afternoon.
Yeah,
we got
came
quite a
back
few
with the
funny
Q&A.
questions. But the questions were just like, who would win a fight between
Yeah.
you two?
But at least we got some questions. It'd be
Yeah, at
shit if we,
least.
like, we got one question.
One question from one friend.
But no.
But
Yeah.
Actually, I did one of the funniest things that I probably haven't done since I was about 12 the other day. Me, James, the cameraman, and
Oh yeah, we got James in the building today.
James in the building. Howdy. Yeah,
He
James
says howdy. If you didn't hear
James, cameraman, and my mate Harry, and we basically played football. And then these like group of like 13-year-old boys came over and was like, "Do you want a match?" And
that.
obviously we're all 23.
Mate, when that happens, I'm like, oh, fuck
No,
off,
but the thing is,
please.
suddenly I was like, because I probably hadn't done this since I was about 11. I was suddenly like, I quite like to
Go
have a
on,
little
then.
football match. And I remember it got to 4-1, which is like,
Yeah.
we
To
were,
them or
no,
to
we were
you?
4-0 up.
Oh,
and it was
what,
first-
just the three of you against 13 lads.
No, it was 3 of us against 3 13-year-olds.
Oh, I was like, fucking hell, you boys were on
3
fire.
of us against 3 13-year-olds. We went 4-0 up, and then we like met.
That's for context, you're 23
Yeah, I'm
and you're playing
23.
13-year-olds.
Yeah, well, it was just thought they came up for a match. Like, this would be a
Yeah.
laugh, like, you know.
To be
And
fair,
we had a group. We like came over. And was like, I said to like James, I was like, I think we let them score.
Mm.
So we let them score once, and like, oh yeah, cool. And then they scored again. Then they scored again, and we were like, we can't actually lose to 13-year-olds. So I was like, James, just give me the ball. Got the ball, just like ran, like shoved them out of the way.
You got to do what you got to do. In that
Shoved them, then just
situation.
smashed it in. Then like just ran to the corner, just celebrating, like yes.
So you won 5.
And there was
5-4.
another bit in the game where actually like James was in goal, and James just like, because we were having a few beers, we were chilling in the park and
Oh,
sunny
really?
day. And
Yeah.
James opened a beer, and I was like, man, I was just like, James, put the fucking beer away. We can't drink beer. It's already a bit weird. We're playing football with
Yeah.
13-year-olds. Can't be drinking beer in goal.
Yeah, just like slide tackling a child, really boozed.
slide tackling a
oh,
ball.
sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. Sorry for
Getting
that.
a bit too close to them.
Yeah, so that was quite interesting. And there was another time
On that topic,
Yeah.
there's a little story that James the cameraman. I don't know why we're calling him James the cameraman now.
I
instead of
quite
just
like
James.
it. I quite like it.
But James, when we were at uni, the same thing happened. We were like playing 5-a-side. There was like 6 of us just fucking about, and we like went to the pitch. And you know when there's that awkward moment where you see people haven't left the pitch yet. And you're like,
Yeah.
I think I've booked this for 5, and there was like these like 12. How many of them? Like 8 like 30-year-old men in like proper like football kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, what are you doing? They were like, we're the Kenyan national team in Leeds. We're like, fucking hell. And he was like, they were like, do you want to play us? It's like 6 of us all in like fucking.
But how many of them?
None
There
of
were
us
30
in
of
football
them.
shoes, just in like Vans
Yeah.
and like jeans. Or, yeah,
I just
go on,
like
man.
to point out as well, Dan.
And
is
don't
not,
say I'm shit at football.
is
That's
not
what
the
you're gonna
most
say.
athletic man ever. He's
Oh,
not. He's
okay,
not
sorry.
known for his sporting prowess. let's
It's
be
probably the
honest.
last thing
It's probably the last thing
I'm
I've
ever
ever-
known for.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh fuck, we're getting smashed. They were like 30 years old, like proper footballers. Just how much did we beat them by? Like 10 goals. Like they scored no goals. Like we must have scored like 15 goals against them in like half an hour.
That's pretty legendary.
So yeah, so that's my version of that story.
But that's pretty good. But then basically, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good story.
That's
though,
pretty cool. But the
Pretty good
basis of
story.
this episode is that, as me and Dan obviously have little themes for each one,
Yeah,
is
parties.
parties. What else we done? Parties. The thing is, we've
School.
done like, because it was the first in 15 episodes, we've done fucking everything basically.
Yeah, we were struggling, but we came up with a few.
No, we've got a few. We've had quite a few meetings planning this series.
Oh yeah, but
we've also had issues because
yeah.
Dan.
So
So we've done about eight things planning, and then Dan's like messaging me like, mate, can't actually find the notes that we made. I was
Yeah.
like, for all the 8
we had
meetings.
about 4 or 5 meetings this past 2 months, and I lost
Yeah.
the document.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll
So-
find it. So let's not jump to that.
I'm not gonna find it.
But we're talking about starting university.
Uni.
Where did you go? You
Is this
went.
the first
we
uni
both. We
episode?
both went. Yes, it is the first uni one actually.
Oh.
We both went up north.
Yep. Leeds, mate.
I went to Manchester. I'm not going to tell you which of the many Manchester universities.
You went to a Manchester
University. I don't want this to come
It was
back.
a fantastic.
It was fantastic.
The
Actually,
facilities.
my course was actually horrific. It was the worst attended course in the uni history.
In terms of people showing up.
In terms of people showing up, yeah, it was so
in
bad.
university.
I only had 6 hours a week. Yeah.
What was
and
your
no one
course
said that.
again?
I don't want to go into.
All right, we won't go into the academic side of it.
Too much detail,
see
but
for
it was
the
a
uni
knowledgeable
bits.
course. Shows
Yeah.
I'm a clever man.
So when did you find out that you got into a Manchester University?
Well, obviously, I was a year later than you lot because
Mm.
I had to redo a year at school. So I actually was gutted because I didn't get into my first choice.
What was your first choice?
Another university in Manchester. So basically, I really wanted to go to Manchester. But it was that horrible feeling where I literally done so much work, but I woke up and I just hadn't got. I think I got BCC or something.
Yeah.
I need like I was predicting like AAB.
Yeah.
Probably I was never gonna get that. I got BB.
Yeah,
I got.
You would never.
I got.
have got
All
that,
right, mate, chill out. Fuck off. I got BBC the year before, and then they're like, yeah, you'll probably get AAB. I was like, fuck AAB from BBC. I just got BCC. But I just remember waking up.
So did you wake up and be like, was it your second choice already?
Yeah, I think we were going to Boomtown.
Yeah.
So I woke up and we were on our way to Boomtown. I was like, fuck this. Like, I've gone to uni. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, got my
Yeah.
results. Like, sat this. I'm going to get fucked up for basically a weekend.
Fair enough. The day I got into uni was bittersweet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to Leeds. Like, there's no way about it. I'm going Leeds. I put my second fucking option as like Oxford Brook or something.
Yeah,
Or something
yeah.
dead.
Just like
some
literally, like, I'm
dead
going
uni.
Leeds. I'm not going uni.
Yeah, it's like if I'm not going Leeds, I'll take a year out and apply again next year and
Yeah.
redo. So I was like, I'm
What,
going Leeds.
for Beckett.
No. I wouldn't have. It was always had to be uni of mate.
You sold your uni.
and then
Everyone
so
knows where you went.
I was
now.
like, obviously, I'm gonna get the marks. It was only like, so I needed AAB. I was like, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna fucking get them. Work bare hard. Get to uni. Open my results. Just didn't get the marks. My heart was like, oh,
it's the worst feeling in the world when you don't
fuck.
get your
I was
grades.
literally like, because everyone else, I hadn't even opened mine yet. Everyone's like, yeah, I got into my uni. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was literally like, my heart like sank. I was like, oh no.
It's because
and then-
also you build up in your head like what
I'm
you're going
going
to
to
do.
Leeds,
This
yeah.
is what you're doing. You've looked up where you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Well, I went and visited everyone, so I had an idea in my head what I was gonna do, and then suddenly it's like, fuck, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do?
So I was there like, oh no, it was one of the worst moments. And then the teacher was like, right, everyone who has to do clearing, come with me. And I was like, no. And then
So
it
do you
turned-
get taken like into like a little room? to do
Yeah.
that?
So me and Louis. So Louis had applied for
Louis is a
f-
one
bi-
of
big friend of the pod.
big fan of the pod. Yeah,
And he'd
he
applied
went
for
to
like
the same school as us.
yeah Leeds or something like banging uni,
Yeah.
Newcastle or something. And he didn't get it either. I think he applied for Leeds, you know. And then we're sat in this clearing like thing next to each other, like, mate, whatever happens, like we'll have each other, like maybe we could go to the same clearing university or something like that. But, like, I'm
We'll get
so-
in Thames
And
Valley.
my mum had texted me like, did you get in? I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to reply, man. Like, I fucked it. And in my head, I was googling like clearing spaces. It was like Spanish at Leicester or like stuff like that. I was like, oh fuck, man. And then me and Louis are like close to tears, just sat in this little office, and I just get an email. It's like, you got into Leeds. I was like, oh fuck. And I'm like, Louis, like, check your emails, mate. Like, you might have got in. He just checked it, like, nah. I was like, oh. Mate, I got in.
I bet you like, cool, see you later, mate.
I
I've
was
got
like-
in.
he was like, what? I was like,
"Oi,
yeah,
let's go
mate."
outside, boys.
Well, yeah, when I left, I was like, mate, I'm really sorry, but I got in. And he was like, oh, okay. So I just left him. Turned out he went to Lancaster. Not that that's a bad uni, but
Oh,
compared
poor
to
Louis.
the
Poor
North.
Louis. I just remember this. Obviously, Louis is a good friend of mine, so I don't mind saying this, but I hope he won't mind. But I just remember with Ben. Ben said to him, like, I don't know actually.
maybe let's just move on.
No, we can edit it out though.
Okay, well,
Well, Ben just turned around to him, was like talking about the universities, and Louis just sat there like a few days after he just found out he's going to Lancaster, and Ben just is like saying this story. It's like someone said, "Oh, would you go somewhere like Lancaster?" Someone's like, "Mate, I'd rather fucking die than go to Lancaster."
oh,
And I was just sat there like,
oh.
Louis was like, "Hi, yeah." And I was looking at Louis like,
no.
"Oh, mate," and Ben was like,
Oh.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, man." But it's one of those moments.
Louis the kind of guy that could take it.
Yeah, no, Lou would be fine about it. But I just remember that it's one of those moments where you just feel yourself like dying
Yeah.
inside a little bit. Like I was just there.
Mate,
like,
I remember you've done that once, right? We got on a bus.
No, the thing
once
is,
when
I-
we were 16,
yeah.
and you were swiping your Oyster card. You're like, imagine being a fucking bus driver. But
No, I didn't say that.
You weren't. It was in the conversation we were having. We were like, oh, like, what job do you want? He was like, imagine being a fucking bus driver. I was like, oh fuck. The bus driver
Yeah,
was
but
about to cry.
That makes it sounds like a prick.
Yeah, you are. A prick.
We all say bad things for younger, right?
so-
Sorry, bus driver, wherever you are.
Yeah, we're very apologetic. Everything we've said. in
Wherever
this
you are,
podcast.
mate. If you ever find this.
So after you got in, how are you amping yourself up?
So
Because we got our
No,
results
so
in like
basically-
June.
yeah, so we got results, but basically, the whole summer, people be like, "You're nervous," but I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. And then deep down, I knew that my stomach was like, I'm nervous about going uni.
Yeah.
Because you just have those thoughts that go through your head. You've got the unrealistic ones where like you go visit your friends and you think everyone else is having like the most amazing time through his Snapchat and Instagram. And like, oh my god, everyone's having the sickest time at uni. Like, what
Yeah.
am I doing? And you build up, but when you actually go see everyone's having like the same time at uni or not that good a time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
everyone bigs up. Everyone bigs
I
up.
don't know about you, but
No, at the start of uni, but everyone's Snapchat stories are just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
there was
yeah.
so many Snapchat and Instagram stories. People like
Yeah.
trying to show off.
yeah. Every time you go to a club, you got to do at least like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think I went a
I'm
year
going
later.
clubbing, like,
I went a year
3
later
times
and
a
I
week.
slagged off everyone for doing it so much, so I
Yeah.
just didn't do it really.
Yeah.
Or
I
as
remember.
much as everything else.
That's a story for another time, but
But I remember
Um,
feeling it constantly.
mate, for my summer before.
But you're not nervous on the build up, like going to uni. What were you like?
well,
this
I've
summer?
got a story about that. Actually.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm like, when I was like 18, I was a lot more shy and a bit more like just awkward. I wasn't never awkward, but I was pretty shy. And
yeah,
I remember
you were
thinking
really
like,
fucking weird at that point in your life, to be honest.
cheers. And I was like bare scared about just going to like a uni hall and having to make new friends because I'd been at the same school for like 6 years, and then before that, I was at the school with all my friends who went to the secondary school, so I never had to make new friends since I was like, alive. I
Yeah.
was like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck.
What do you mean you never had to make?
So
new
I went to
friends?
school when I was like 5, and then all my friends went to my secondary school as well. So I never had to make.
But
new
when you went to
friends.
uni, you had all your
well,
friends
that's what
come
I'm
with you as
talking
well.
about. Well, that's what I'm getting onto. So I was like, oh fuck, but I'm gonna have to make conversation with fucking people. And then we're applying for accommodation, and I'm texting James, the cameraman, and I'm like, oh, did you get your accommodation? He was like, yeah, I got Charles Morris. Doesn't matter if I have it. And then I was like, oh, sick. Like, I got Charles Morris too, mate. It's banging. And I was like, what room? He was like, oh, 602. I was like, mate, I'm 601. And I was like, you're fucking having me on. This can't be happening. He's like, no. So we just move in, and me and James are just in the same fucking room. It's like interconnected by a door.
Yeah.
So once I found that out, I was like, mate, it's chill.
Yeah,
Like,
and
me and
I
James
went
had
to
each
say
other for the
literally
whole
shared a bathroom as well.
Yeah. So it was like, I was not nervous at all.
To be honest, everyone behind your back was like, "Oh, they've definitely planned that." They were like,
Yeah.
"There's no way they've rocked up to uni and haven't planned that." They was
But
like,
we actually didn't.
We put in exactly the same details on the form. That was it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we got
yeah.
rooms next to each other, and another person we know was in the room next to us. Shout out Stan, who's a prick.
"Shut up!" No, I hear that. That was what that made you feel like more comfortable about going.
I was like, well, I've got James, so I don't need to like
Yeah.
be on my own in terms of like, oh, I need to talk to someone now.
Because so with
But
me,
before I went, I was gassing myself up. I
Yeah.
was watching Project X like once every 2 weeks.
yeah.
And like watching
Really?
I watched Fresh Meat season 1 to 4 like 3 times that summer. So I'm gonna get there, just get boozed. Do you know what I mean?
But
I
it was nerve wracking though, because you. I remember just thinking like, I remember going there and I was thinking, like, oh, who am I gonna because you start jumping the gun. You're like, oh, who am I going to live with? Like, I need to find a house within like this amount of time. You start I start thinking. I just start thinking about all those sort of things. Like I was worried about like jumping the gun. Like
it's
I
because
was
you
gonna like my
had
course and
mates
do
who
that.
we were in uni before.
Yeah, and I hadn't, because you guys have already been before. You had no expectation of uni.
Yeah.
I'd seen all my mates having a good time, so I come a year late and I went to visit everyone. I had a big expectation of uni, of what I wanted.
Yeah.
So this is what made the start of my uni so hard.
Yeah.
Because basically the issue was my mum.
Oh, is this the?
Yeah,
is this
so I
the
was getting to
story?
this. So my mum went to. Oh, when I went to Boomtown, my mum did my accommodation. So I'm like on the phone to mum, but I'm just on the bus there with my mates, like chatting, going a bit messy. And my mum's like, yeah, I've got you something really nice to stay. Like, it's all sorted. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Mum's got something nice to say. End that. Don't chat to them for the weekend.
Just rock up.
I'm
in
getting on a
September.
bender at Boomtown here. Hadn't thought about it again. Then on the way there, I'm like, Mum, what's this place you've got me to stay at? Is it like one of the like, party halls and that? You know, those people. She's like, you're in a nice little flat 4. I was like, flat 4?
You're there like, why?
I was like, well, all right. Like, she's like, you've got a nice little shower and stuff. I was like, oh, they're nice, but like, I didn't really want that at uni. I wanted to
But
just.
you didn't want to shower.
Well,
It's got
my
cleaning
own
facilities.
one, my own one,
Mum.
my own one. I just wanted to be in just like with loads of people in
you
the
didn't-
party halls.
You didn't want your own shower.
No, I didn't want any of that stuff. I didn't care.
What? All right. Okay.
I just wanted to be in like.
You wanted to live
I wanted
in
to be in like
filth
the
and
cheap.
squalor.
I just wanted to be in like cheap halls.
Like pot noodle. You wanted like
just
the...
like normal. I didn't want to be in like the
Fair.
more expensive stuff and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
bollocks. Anyway, so I finally get there, and like by this point, my stomach's twisting a bit. I'm pretty nervous. Like I've seen, there's just so many people when you get there on the first
Yeah.
day, and you see all those. I remember so clearly being like, "What a knobhead!" See all those like guys with like their dads holding like 60 cans of beers, like
Yeah,
walking
like,
in.
oh, Dad, could you like pop them in my room? for
Yeah,
me?"
with like it's like
To be
he's-
fair, I did that on my first day.
yeah,
but,
so their dad walking with like 60 beers and like a 60-inch plasma TV. He's like
like
walking
a
to his bedroom.
PlayStation 4.
I was like, who the
Oh,
fuck are
mate.
these people? It's like, just get the beers down the shop when you get there in a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm walking in and like I'm pretty nervous. I'm like at the back, I'm carrying something in, and then like I'm not saying this isn't mean. I just like I'm not being horrible
Disclaimer:
against
this
you.
is just a factual.
This is just a factual story of what actually happened to me on the first day. So I'm walking in, and I open the door, and I look up, and I was a bit like startled, not in a mean way, because I was just like, but there was this guy walking as he opened the door for me who just had one eye, but like not an eye patch. Like literally just didn't have an eye. It was like a hole in his.
Isn't? Did he have an eyelid? Did he have an eye socket?
No, he had an eye socket, but just like it was like red, like just like you could see it was like in. You could see that into his eye. You know what I mean? So he didn't have an eye there. He didn't have an eye. He just had skin there, but it was like inwards as well.
So, yeah. I've seen people. Yeah.
So he had that, and I was looking at him. I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck.
I was like, all right, cool, like fair enough, like no issue with the guy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a bit startling. Then I
It's like no issue, but I'd rather.
no,
Right.
not
Have a
like
mate with
that.
two eyes.
No, I didn't even mean like I was like, oh, like this. Oh,
All
that's
right. Yeah. Okay.
Then I walk in, I'm like, going and I meet everyone. Then I notice that the girl I'm living opposite me just has like one leg. And I'm like,
I'm not laughing at the one leg. I'm just laughing at.
no, like the
That's cool.
scenario. So I'm just sat there, like, I'm just thinking, like, oh, these halls pretty weird. Is it, my mum,
This was pretty.
what are these halls my
interesting.
mum's put me in? Like, it's pretty interesting. And I'm just like, and like, I end up meeting the people that I live with, and they're all
What
very,
about the other one?
what?
Well, there's 4 of you, right?
Yeah, no, I
What
met
about the other one?
I met the other people, and it was odd because like firstly the 2 girls that were just as I walk in were just like sat there crying their eyes out because their parents had left. One of the girls had got there at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Fuck.
She didn't want to get any traffic, so
Wait, but
basically
what did
I
she,
ended
was
up, I ended
she-
up living. I ended up no, they didn't. I didn't
yeah.
have any like obvious. They probably did, but they didn't have any obvious ones.
Yeah, just like you.
Obvious disabilities.
Yeah.
But basically, I start chatting to these people, and I turn out I've been put in the disability pools, which is absolutely fine. But it was like my expectations
No,
of
I
uni
mean-
was probably not, and like, and it was just that, and the people.
What must have your mum put in that
Well, my
form
mum
to get
just-
you in there?
I
Is he
dunno.
disabled? Yes.
Like obviously, I'm dyslexic, but like there's levels to like being dyslexic
Disability,
and
yeah.
just being like.
and just being paralysed.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, do you guys want to like? I remember like on the first
He's
day.
ginger.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hey, do you guys want to like, go out? Like, should we go out this
Yeah,
evening?
should we go clubbing, lads?
And the guy was like, oh, so the one leg was like, I'll probably need to like scout out a bit and like, do you know what I mean, suss it out. And I was
See
like,
if they've
fair
got a
enough.
ramp.
Then was like, oh, I don't know. So I was like, oh. So I remember just going to my room and I was sat
That
there,
first night.
and I was just sat there. I was like, man, I didn't sleep first 2 weeks, uni. I was so nervous all the time because I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. Because I was like, I can't live here. I was like, if I can't do
yeah.
like, where am I gonna live for next year? I can't just live with these people who can't go out and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I just like, and I just got into a bubble. Luckily, I had a friend like who I hadn't seen since I was 16, and I could end up meeting her friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And the final screw though was when I came home one time with these people. They're all nice, but they were quite odd, very different from me. They're all from I'm very London.
I'm well London.
I'm
I am.
very London. Do you know what I mean? I'm a very proper city boy, and they're all the,
fuck off. But yeah, go on.
and they're all these people for like they were like just outside of Hull, a little village in Ireland, and I can't actually remember the last one. Somewhere up,
just like places
somewhere
that are
else.
just like.
And I remember coming home this one time from class, and like the kitchen was on the right when you walk in through the door, and I just heard them playing like "Never Have I Ever." And I like put my head around the corner, playing "Never Have I Ever" at 2 PM, drinking cups of tea. Yeah.
Oh.
On a Tuesday
shit.
afternoon, and I'm like, I'm just being,
Never have I
being
ever
a proper
with
little,
tea.
I'm being proper little nosy.
The
bastard.
caffeine's gonna get us far.
That's what I mean. I just remember being like, oh, like what? Where am I now? Like this is not normal. Like,
Mate, that would make my fucking.
and I was like, look around the corner, and the guy was like, oh, there was asked this thing about like sex, and the guy and this small like vague Irish guy was like, oh, the only time I've had sex was in the back of my dad's car with this like way older man. And I was like, what? Why is everyone having this conversation?
Whoa.
Why is everyone talking about?
Bloody
Why is
hell.
everyone talking about sex at like 2 PM, drinking cups of
Mate.
tea with people they've just met like 3 days before, like a week before? And I was just like,
That
oh, I
sounds
cannot deal with this.
fucking terrible. That just sounds
Yeah,
shit.
but I love
Getting to uni, like.
But it's your expectation of uni. I literally couldn't sleep 2 weeks. But in the end, I was lucky enough because I made a friend, and someone wanted to swap with me
Oh, what a brave soul,
in my
yeah.
and swap with me and came into the hall.
Do you know the person who swapped with you?
Yeah, I had to. Yeah,
You should ask them out there. You should get them on the pod.
no, he was. Yeah, I was supposed. He loved it though because all he did was play Football Manager, so he just sat in his room all day. Because I had a nice room,
Yeah.
I swapped with a smaller room, but like.
Yeah, you had mates who like going.
Yeah, I had mates who like people, and I'm still friends with to this day and live with the whole way through uni.
Yeah.
There's a whole bit as well, and I had to like try and find other people to live with, and I had to like go into their halls to like
Scout it out.
so I'd like sit there for prees with these
That's
people.
Decent.
No, with like all these random people, and I remember going to this one. It was like they're actually proper cool. It was like one guy, 8 girls in this hall.
Go on, lad.
And I was just sat there and like but it was like they were like. It was like I was getting like quiz for a job.
Yeah.
It was like,
interviews.
so where are you from? What do you do this? And I was like, oh yeah, hello. By the way, I do this. But I remember when I left, I shut the door and then like listened, see what they thought of me. They said nice things, but then
Oh, I wish they
Do you know
said
what I mean?
fucking shit things. What a cunt.
that would be so joke.
Well, at least that prick's fucking left.
Yeah. But I remember I was just so lucky. But what it shows, like so many people I know that have dropped out and stuff, it's so down to luck at uni where you end
Yeah.
up and stuff.
Yeah. I
And
was
how-
super lucky. That my everything I thought uni was gonna be like in the first like week, I was like, yeah, this is
Really?
banging. Yeah.
What do you do?
Freshers week.
Did you
Just
have really good
club
friends?
it.
I didn't really like freshers, you know, because I just
Oh,
because
we
of the
just got-
situation I was in.
Just when you get those 2-litre bottles of Crofters cider,
Yeah,
a couple of them a night.
I never like.
Yeah.
I
it
never
was
went
sick.
to those like proper like cheesy nights like Tiger or anything as
Oh
well.
no, I didn't go to them.
Do you not? Because
I went
you
to,
lot.
we went when we
'cause
were
that-
older.
Yeah,
went to
because
prison.
that's the thing with Dan's lot.
Tiger
It's like
Tiger.
they went to like the
we
opposite. Like,
regress.
most people went in first year to like those,
Tiger
like,
Tiger,
cheesy
prison.
clubs to like because they're forced into it. Dan just started going in like 3rd and 4th year, like every week, like 3 times a
Well,
week.
look,
James is probably on the worst. James the cameraman.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably the worst. We just went
Well-
out 4 times a week to Tiger.
oh, Pop World. Yeah, I passed out at the front of Pop World.
How'd you pass out?
Well, so there's actually a photo. We bought these like cocktails that were in these glasses that look, you know when it's like a cup but it's just like sized up. It wasn't like a bucket, and I thought it was just they were meant to be shared between like 6 people, and we just all bought one each. Had like 5 straws in it, and I just sucked the whole thing up in like 10 minutes. But it was for 6 people, and I just blacked out. Next thing I know, James put me in a cab. I was chunning everywhere. Our mate got with like a 50-year-old woman or something in there. It was like proper like a locals night.
Oh, mad.
And then next thing I know, I was in bed just with my face in my pillow covered in sick.
That is disgusting.
But that was when we were 22.
Do you remember at the start of uni when like you meet all those people, and like how you deal with like the amount of people you meet with. I remember the
Yeah.
amount of times I'd have like conversation. You just have the same question, like where are you from, what are
Yeah.
you studying.
Oh, mate.
But like, it gets to a point after a week where like you still don't really have anything to talk because you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But you're still having those conversations. I mean, the
Like
amount of
London. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, we're in London.
Floor
Oh,
6.
Do you know like? And then just
Oh, do you know Emma?
do
Yeah,
do you
I
know-
actually know her. Yeah.
you know Emma? What do you mean? Where does she live? Like in London? Oh,
Oh,
no, I don't
yeah,
know
no.
actually. No, I
Oh.
don't know.
Yeah,
Do you know this guy called Daniel? Daniel.
Daniel?
Do you know this guy called
He
Daniel?
loves tuna Daniel.
No one at my uni spoke like
Oh, I lived in like a very posh hall. Everyone was like, you know, those girls with like those croaky voices. They're like really posh.
that.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I live on like Kings Road.
Fuck, that'd be sick.
Yeah. But I remember, this is anecdote. I'll come back to like the people that you meet at uni.
Yeah.
But I remember going to uni. I was like, right, the most fucking stereotypical thing I could possibly do is go to uni, meet everyone, and just start talking about like drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I did like a pill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember in my head on the way that I was like, right, I'm not gonna talk to anyone about like drugs. And I remember like literally 10 minutes in, like we walk around the union, and everyone's like, yeah, so we did like LSD, and like for like 2 hours talking about like LSD, and I was like, in my head I was like, oh no. It's
You
one of
just
those
become
ones.
those people you
Yeah.
just didn't really
Yeah,
want
in
to
my
be
head I was like,
like.
I'm not gonna talk about that. And then Sam was like, yeah, so I did LSD like last summer, it was fucking awesome.
And you were like, yeah, actually, I've done it before as
Yeah,
well.
I actually did it when I was younger.
Oh,
than
me and
you,
the boys
so
used to
I
also
actually
like
let her. But the people, I know what you mean. Those people that you meet at uni, and you're like, and the first week's like, oh, this guy's fucking sick, man. Like,
Yeah.
I remember me and James had this bloke, and we were like, every time we go for a sick, he'd be there. It was just changed it. We were like, mate, this guy is a fucking legend.
What?
We're
And you were like, let's hang out with him more.
we were like, not only were me and James like, let's hang out with him, but he was like to us, like, boys, like, next year, let's fucking live together. Me and James, like, fucking come on. Like,
What, in like the first week?
in like the first like 3 weeks, and I was like, this guy's a fucking legend. He's got a band, like he's a sick guy, like bare nice. Of course, can live with him. Like if someone offers to live with you that early, be like yeah, like
Yeah,
clutch
you're like,
onto
oh
that.
yeah, anyone wants to live
And then,
with
like,
us.
if you literally fast forward like 6 months, everyone who you've got like saved in your phone is like John.
Mate, I've
and
got
You're
some
like,
joke
you
ones.
see them on campus, like you fucking prick. Like you are a disgusting.
Wait, what happened to
prick.
that guy though?
Literally, I hate him.
Why? What do you do?
Nothing. That's the thing. I feel like through uni, your circle gets smaller and smaller. To the point where
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
outside, you're like, fuck you. Like, I
Yeah.
remember when we were friends in like first year, and now look what you've become. You fucking little turd.
I've got some. I've just got like here saved my phone because you know at the start like trying to like all my mates on their phone like uni it's just like Evan ginger guy
Yeah.
like
yeah. Oh
Evan-
yeah. Yeah.
like everyone's got my info because that's obviously like the most easiest thing to recognise. But
Yeah.
I've just got like blonde girl block B or like quite good looking girl block.
You've got a contact called quite good looking girl.
No, actually I don't
Oh,
actually.
oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I don't. Wait, what have I got
Actually,
here?
when I was phoning you today, when you picked me up, I saw. Yeah, I've got a contact called Christopher Everidge. So if Christopher's listening, I don't know who you are, but it's over my phone. Contact the boss.
Well, I've got but the man you can't say that. What from uni? You just got.
I don't
ridiculous.
know. I've just got contact. called
I just
Christopher
remember like
Everidge.
trying to explain so many people on my phone, like as like to try and do descriptions of them, because you're just trying to like baffled by the amount of people you meet.
Yeah. By the end of it, you just like, I hate you all. Like most people I liked in like the first week, fucking hate you now. I've actually got a story.
What is the story? What
Uh,
time are we on?
We're 29 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So
What
what's the
story?
camera saying, Benson? Is it still filming? 5
Okay,
minutes.
that's
Well, I'll
calm.
wrap it up with this little story that
Calm.
was in the first 2 weeks of uni. So so there was 2 buildings. One was like this huge glass building. One was like a small one. And so we were having like an afters at ours in like the first few weeks. And there was these girls that our friend Stan kind of knew. And so we were all hanging out and just like boozing. They were like, you know when girls at uni sometimes get like so plastered. Like when you're younger, they don't usually get like to the point where it's like paralytic.
Blackout.
Yeah,
drunk.
and she was like, right, I'm going, and we were like, all right, and she like uni block was a few like 10 minutes away. We don't think anything of it, and then we look on like I'm in like 2 hours later, I'm in bed on like Snapchat, and I've got like all my new flatmate on Snapchat, and these people are in like the other building, and they're on like the 10th floor, and they're zoomed into this bush, and there's just 2 pair of legs just hanging out the bush, and I'm like, what the fuck, like who's this girl? Like, holy shit, someone's like dead in a bush. And then there's like 3 stories of them just cracking up. There's just just two legs coming out of bush at like 5 a.m. And then the next video is them like walking towards the girl in the bush and like helping. She's like asleep in this. There's help her out. It's just the girl that just left ours. Like we just kicked her out. And she fell asleep in a bush for like 5 hours. And I was like, fuck. After that, I was like, uni's fucking sick. Man. The fact you just say bye to someone 5 minutes later, they're unconscious in a bush.
Is there a photo of ladies?
I can probably try and get a video of it. Maybe James probably might have a video of it. All right, we'll try and get that. But
I've got a joke picture of me as well, like my head in my hands when my parents dropped me off on my first day when I'm sat on my bed and I've just realised what I've got myself into.
Post that.
Yeah, no. It's like me,
Instagram.
head in my hands. My mum's just finding out I've just been accidentally put in the disabled halls, and like you just see I'm so pale. My mum's like trying to tell me things. I'm just like trying and like hold back the tears of like the realisation.
Oh mate, if I was in that situation, I'd just cry. I'd cry immediately. Anyway, I think we should wrap up this episode. 30-minute mark.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a few more of me and Dan, but obviously the guests are gonna keep rolling through.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot more diversity of voices in this. Not in a political way.
Yeah. Obviously we got the cameraman as well. He's always gonna be sticking in.
Chiming in. Now,
James,
man.
the cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the episode.
So that's the end of the episode.
See you guys soon. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.